Alright, this is Randy, and today we're going to do a quick video and discuss calls to actions. This comes up a lot in the forums and in conversations I have with people. It's probably one of the most overlooked aspects of affiliate websites. So I want to jump right into talking about some of those and give you some ideas of what I do to test out calls to actions and improve them. Because in the end, that's really what gets your players and makes you money. So if you're not focusing a lot on that, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So let's jump right into it. Basically, the site I've got up now is one of my websites, and I threw up some examples of some different types of calls to actions. Some of the most common ones, like this, it's basically a text-based call to action. Sign up at PokerStars now, 100% deposit. So it basically it tells the user what you want from them, tells them what they get. Really basic. You see a lot of these. Same thing at the bottom. Tried to make it stand out a little more because a lot of times text-based CTAs or calls to actions will kind of blend in with the rest of the site, and people kind of overlook them. So you got to be careful of that. So this one, put some arrows in there. Visit PokerStars now. Play for free. Is another common call to action you'll see. And then I did something different, and this is more what I tend to do, especially on this website, which has poker, casino, and sports betting. This is actually a plugin I have, really simple to make plugin in a WordPress site. And you can see I dropped the call to action right after the first paragraph, so it's above the fold essentially. It gives some information about the room. It's got a logo, so that draws some attention. And you see the big blue button that says claim your bonus. So hard to miss that, and tells the user exactly what they're going to get. And then, if you scroll down, I put another example. Used a different logo, used some different colored text, just to show that you can do that. Obviously, you don't want to use yellow there. It's hard to see. But you can see I used a different color button and some different button text as well. So visit now. So it tells them exactly what they want to do. Really hard to miss that. And then I put a third example on this page, different logo. You can see I put some more text here and said get your bonus. So it's really hard to miss that, especially with the hover effect. It's really hard for them to scroll through the site without getting some kind of attention drawn to that button because of the hover effect. And a lot of text-based calls to actions have the same thing. If you hover over it, the line will disappear from the text link, or it'll appear depending on how you have it set up. Same thing with this, and that's a simple way to draw their attention. These are the type of calls to actions I use on this specific site because it's been tested. I've tried it out a bunch, seen the difference between text-based or banner calls to actions. We all know a lot of users they just don't even see banners nowadays, so you got to be careful with that. And then I talked to some PAL members and got permission to show some of their sites and what they do. So I want to show you guys that as well. This is a pretty famous website in the affiliate industry. It's 4Flush, owned by a longtime PAL member. Doesn't have a lot of graphics on here. It's a really minimalist design, which I like. And a lot of their calls to actions are text-based. Really, simple, plain, easy to understand. So that's just another version of that. You see a lot of graphics, which is always good on a web page as long as they're not overloading. And then another one of the gentleman's sites is a sports betting site. And you can see right off the bat they've got calls to actions on the site. They've got the hover button, which I like. You hover over it, changes colors, draws the user attention. You can see it's visit now. So the call to action's basically telling you what you get and telling you what to do as a user. And then I wanted to look at some of the inner pages. So I chose Bet Online for several of these sites. You can see there's a Bet Now text link and a review text link, so you can see the review. We'll go ahead and check out the review. And again, really nice call to action at the top. The only thing I would say about this, I do like it, but a lot of users I think will probably kind of skip right over that because they're usually looking for information initially. But again, hard to miss the visit now button. And then if you scroll down here in the review, you'll see some more call to actions. Sign up at Bet Online today, get your free $50 bet. And that's a good strong call to action. Hard to miss that. I would like to see it a little bigger, but from my understanding, it converts really well. Users are checking out the information, and they're claiming their free bet. Overall, I think this is a great review. It's got pros and cons on the side, got information about the site, and some more calls to actions built in the text here. And then midway down, a banner type graphic call to action. Join now, sports betting, up to $1,000 deposit bonus. That's a good call to action. But things like that, just like with any call to action, you want to test it. You want to try different things. I know both these sites are works in progress. They're always working to improve and update things like that. Same with my sites, and I'm sure the same with your sites. Websites are never meant to be static, in my opinion, especially, in the world we live in today. They need to constantly evolve, constantly upgrade the design, test out new things, so that's just a part of the game. And then I wanted to look at more well-known sites like poker listings, one massive poker affiliate sites, big call to action on their Bet Online page. Everything above the fold basically is a call to action. Really big call to action here, only for poker listing players. So that adds, an air of exclusivity. 250% up to $2,500. They've got the big button here that with the hover link effect, the play now. They've got the bonus code. They've got reasons you should play. So that's a good, strong call to action, and one you're not going to miss. And that's the big thing with a lot of websites is sometimes you can be too subtle, and people will just not even notice your call to action. They'll be looking for a bonus code, looking for some information, and they may not find exactly what they're looking for. So as a webmaster, you got to make sure they can't miss that. You don't want to be, banners flashing and things like that constantly and be annoying. You got to find that nice balance. Overall, I really like the call to action. They've got a good review information. They've got a text-based call to action as you scroll down, and then another graphic-based one. And information all through here. And here's another text-based to go along with their big call to action at the top. Sign up through Poker Listings link and receive a $2,500 bonus. So really simple, really to the point. Tells you what you're getting, and I'm sure they've tested this and they've tweaked this. I know years ago what their site looked like, and it's been through a lot of different, iterations. So they've tested this, they've tried different things, and I bet if we look in 6 months, they'll be trying something new. And they're basing a lot of that off data. Once you get players to your website, once you get traffic, especially keyword-driven traffic, then that's the time you should be testing calls to actions and things like that. Adding content, adding new images, all that stuff is great. But I hear a lot of people complain, well, I need to get X amount of traffic before I should be making money. And that's not, I totally disagree with that. If you're getting any traffic, you have the potential to be converting those players. Obviously you need more than 10 a month or so, but, one of my most profitable websites over the years was a website that didn't get a ton of traffic, maybe 50 players a day, but it had a very high conversion rate, and that's what you need to look at. You don't have to have 1,000 players a day coming to your website for you to make money, but you need to make sure you are converting those players once they get there. Of course, that's easier said than done, but that's where testing and tweaking come in at. You need to be looking at your Google Analytics, seeing what keywords they're coming for, and if you can't see that, see where they're landing on your page initially. What's your landing page, and then what's the exit page. They're landing on your page and they're coming to the Bet Online page and then they're leaving and you're not converting them. You need to really consider why that's not happening. Was that not what they were looking for? Did you not make the call to action clear enough? Things of that nature. So there's a lot of information you could be looking at in your analytics that will give you some clues on what's happening. So you need to be looking at those. And don't fall into the trap of, well, I'll make money if I get more traffic. I need more traffic. You don't need more traffic. You need to convert the traffic you're getting. There are exceptions, of course. If you're ranking for, daily free roll, whatever, that's not traffic that's going to convert super well. But if you're getting traffic from, generally decent keywords, and it's pretty steady, then that's traffic you should be converting. I want to jump over to another website that I think has really good call to action, well-known card chat poker community. Again, the whole page above the fold is pretty much a call to action. Again, we're using BetOnline here. Tested and reviewed by our experts. $2,500 bonus. They got a nice review video, which is a great kind of new media way to do it. Hits and misses, great deposit options, simple, fast software, U.S. players accepted, and you cannot miss the Visit BetOnline, get your bonus big yellow button sitting here. Again, I guarantee, and I've known this site for years. They've tested, they've tweaked, they've updated, they've changed the design, and that's a good model to follow. They're constantly evolving with the data and what players are looking for. So it's no accident that the poker listings and cards chat have a kind of a similar philosophy. Their calls to action start above the fold. There really can't miss, calls to actions. The users know exactly what they're getting, why they should sign up, and how they sign up with the big yellow button. So it's really simple basics that I think everybody can understand. They're using the tried and true method. Give the player the information, give them the means, and then that should convert them. And if it's not, not every player is going to convert, but I guarantee they have tested different designs, and they've come up with this one, and it works pretty well. And 6 months from now, just like poker listings, it'll probably be a little different. They're constantly evolving, and that's what poker affiliates like us should be doing. I showed you one of my sites a while ago with the call to action plugin, and I use it because it's a simple way. I'm not a programmer. I know enough to break my site and get by with some basics, but the plugin allows me basically to set up different calls to actions for the same room. So 32 red, as you see, I have 3 different call to action boxes set up, and that allows me to test things. It's a really simple plugin. Anybody can make one or get one made. If you need some help with that, give me a holler. It's really not hard at all. And basically, these are different calls to actions I've set up. And I just take this short code, drop it anywhere I want it to appear in the page, and it's as simple as that. Setting up a new call to action is super simple too. Here's the red 32 call to action, or one of them. Just add the room name, image you want to use, the link, the bonus code, decide what color I want the button to be. And of course you can add new colors and different colors. This is just what I've settled on after a bunch of testing on this specific site. Decide what I want the button to say. Visit now, get your bonus, claim your bonus, get rec back, action words. And again, I tested 30 something phrases before I settled on those. Really simple to use, really simple to set up. Add some text here, decide if you want it to stand out, be in bold. You can change the color of the text. You can make the text a hyperlink, save it. It's set up. You drop that short code anywhere in the site you want it to show up, and it's as simple as that. And what that does is it allows me to set up multiple calls to action for the same room on the same page and split test them. Do simple A/B testing. Spend a month trying one out and then trying the other out, and then looking at the data and saying, well, call to action A converted 25% more than call to action B. It's super simple. Anybody can do it. And you can do that without having this plugin, of course. I'm not trying to sell a plugin or anything. It's just a simple way for me as a non-programming guy to use a plugin to do my simple testing and try and find the best way to convert my players. So you can do that with your text-based calls to action. Try different wording, try different size of the text, color of the text, try different positioning. Simple things, just like changing the button text from visit now to claim your bonus. You can see a massive increase sometimes. So it's those little things, the color of the button, the size of the button, All those things affect your conversion rate. And this isn't any, I'm not telling you guys anything new, but a lot of times we get caught up in adding more content and trying to get more traffic that we forget the little things. Again, once you already have traffic to your website, you should be making money. May not be a lot, but it gives you something to build on. And I think we all know, excuse me, especially when we were first starting out as webmasters, that little bit of money is really motivating because you're making progress. And same thing for seasoned affiliates. Once you make a simple change and see your conversion rate go up, it can be really motivating to do that on all your pages. Again, I have this set up for this site specifically. I have other sites that have a different variation of a call to action plugin. You can see if I'll just pull up America's Card Room. On this site, you can see I've got a call to action set up specific for that room. I tested the different, get your bonus or visit now, things of that nature, tested the button color, and found out what worked the best. And you can see at the top of this site, it's not the prettiest site in the world, of course. I've got one of those hello bar kind of plugins I'm using to test out, converting players through claiming free casino cash. And I tested the button color, different colors, tested the text. Again, it's just all about texting and trying something else and seeing what works with your site and the type of players you're driving to that site. So a lot of simple things you can do with calls to action. Again, I think it's one of the most overlooked things, especially as a new webmaster, a new affiliate. It's those little things that can really make a difference. And then something we forget once we get so used to building sites. We get to building sites and adding content and doing what we know works. We forget some of the little things. If changing the button color can improve your conversion rate by 5%, that can turn into some serious money down the line. So again, I just wanted to throw all this information out there and help some of the new affiliates and remind some of the old affiliates like myself. We're all guilty of kind of getting in a rut and forgetting those little things. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope there was some good information in here. I appreciate all the feedback on the last video. We got more coming. If you want a specific topic discussed or something reviewed, or you want a specific affiliate to be interviewed, we're working on more interviews. Just let me know in the comments and let me know on the forums. And again, do me a favor, share this video, comment on this video. We're going to have more coming. I appreciate all the feedback. It's been really encouraging. There's a lot of older affiliates that don't post on the forums much anymore, but they're still active. They still read. They still send us messages. I appreciate all the messages and encouragements from you guys. I think PAL's a great community, and we've got so many smart people on there. It's just a wealth of resources. So again, I appreciate everybody's feedback. And if you guys think of anything else you want to see in the next video or in the next article, just give me a shout. And again, I appreciate y'all's time, and have a good one.